Now, I have my LLC and my local business tax receipt. Now, depending on your city, if you're driving Uber Black, you're probably closer to these two than you actually think. Let me explain. This is episode 2 of the Why series. Last episode, it gave you a full breakdown of Uber Black and Lyft Black requirements in 5 different cities. Now, it's completely free straight from what Uber and Lyft already publish. Today's episode, it has one point and I want it to land. If you already qualified for Uber Black, going private is not some giant leap. It's just a little bit more paperwork and that's it. Now, I'm going to prove that using 2 cities. Jacksonville, where I currently operate, and Orlando, where I'm setting up right now. Here's the entire list for going private. And this is no matter what city that you live in. You're going to need a business structure. So that's going to be an LLC, an S Corp, or a sole proprietorship. Now, I suggest you talk to a CPA or an attorney about what fits your situation. Me personally, I have an LLC and I have 2 DBAs underneath that LLC. They're all registered with the city and the state under SunBiz, so they're all good. Then you're going to need a local business tax receipt, and you'll renew this once a year. This basically says you're licensed to do business in the city that you're operating in. Commercial insurance. Well, you already have that for Uber Black, but you still need it. And then a business bank account. A business is not a business without a business bank account. I know it's a tongue twister. But those 4 things, that's the whole list. And now, watch how many of these you already knock out just by qualifying for Uber Black. In Jacksonville, Uber Black requires a commercial tag and commercial liability insurance. That means that commercial insurance piece, well, already had it. I didn't need a separate policy. That same commercial coverage that got me approved for Uber Black covers private work too. That's one less thing to worry about. What Jacksonville doesn't hand you is that local business tax receipt. Now, none of that comes through that Uber Black application. So I had to file for LLC. I had to get a local business tax receipt and I had to open a business bank account. But that's it. The insurance is already handled. Now, Jacksonville, that overlap is the smallest. So we're still only talking about just a few forms. No new skills, no equipment, and no new car. Just a few afternoons of filling out some forms and bam, you're private. But that commercial policy does cover private work, but not without a business entity backing it. So remember that. Now let's flip to Orlando, because this city proves the exact opposite point from Jacksonville. And it's exactly why I'm expanding there. In Jacksonville, Uber Black barely overlaps with private. In Orlando, driving Uber Black basically makes you eligible for private already. Now, here's why. To qualify for Uber Black in Orlando, you need a chauffeur permit and you need a vehicle permit that requires an inspection. That vehicle permit application requires the car to be registered as a business, and whoever that vehicle is registered to already holds a local business tax receipt to get that permit in the first place. So, you can't even go through that vehicle permit process without already having a business entity behind you. Now, think about what that actually means. To drive Uber Black in Orlando, you already went through forming a business entity. You already got a local business tax receipt. You already passed a vehicle inspection, and you already carry commercial insurance. That is basically that entire private checklist, and it's done for you automatically just for qualifying for the app. Now, the only thing left is opening that business bank account, and that's it. That's one step and you're private. Now, that's how strict Orlando is, and that's exactly the opposite of Jacksonville, where None of that overlaps, and you're building it all from scratch. Now, this is what I want you to actually sit with. Whether you're in a city like Jacksonville or a city like Orlando, going private from Uber Black is never a big jump. Worst case, like Jacksonville, it's an LLC, a local business tax receipt, and a business bank account. The insurance is already covered. Best case, like Orlando, it's literally just a business bank account. Now, you already passed a background check, you already got your vehicle inspected, you already have insurance, and you already drive black card clients every single day. The hard part, being qualified to do this job, you already did that to get onto Uber Black in the first place. So, if all that's standing between you and running your own private black card business is just one form or maybe a few, why aren't you doing it? And that brings me back to the question that this whole series is built around. And why do I charge $29 a month? It's not for this. Everything I just told you, paperwork, requirements, and the city-by-city breakdown, well, that's free. That's information anybody can find if they know where to look, and well, now you do too. What I charge for is strategy. It's for actually running a business once that paperwork is done. How to price your rides, how to build reoccurring corporate accounts, and how to think like an operator instead of just a driver. Now, that's coming from somebody who's running that exact business right now. Not some guru who used to drive 5 years ago, or someone else that's never even done black car service. And down the line, it's also about the marketing of that business. Getting clients to actually find you once you go private. And that's a whole nother conversation on its own, and I'm going to get into that on a future episode. But that's the real difference. The information is free, and I'll always give it to you free. Strategy and being part of a network of people actually doing this, that's what $29 is for. So, that's going private. Using Jacksonville and Orlando as proof. It's paperwork. That's it. It's not a mountain. And now you know exactly what that $29 is and isn't for. Next episode, I'm going to get into the pricing. And I'll show you exactly what removing Uber from the equation can actually look like. So remember, drive better, drive smarter, and drive without the frustrations.